A shocking poll, what the 1%ers believe versus the rest of us. Hello, this is Chart GPT Today. It's been a recent poll out by RMG Research polls, and you can take a look at the details of that. Go to the post link in the description box below the video and to check that out. And you can also look at the AI and write up on that to see whether or not what the one percenters and versus the middle class, and see what they say about that. But in any case, going to take a look at that poll today to see what the 1%ers believe, and some of that is also Ivy. They kind of broke it in three categories: voters, elites, 1%ers, I guess, Ivy and Ivy League graduates. The elites and Ivy League graduates, we're going to not talk too much about the Ivy League. They kind of tend to be elitist, maybe not in the 1% in terms of wealth, but they certainly have been indoctrinated to believe so. But it's quite interesting to see the diametric opposites of voters versus the elite class of America. First one up here is, does the United States provide too much individual freedom, too much government control, or is imbalance just about right? So the voters say too much control, government control, and of course the elites say there's too much freedom. So I guess the hubris of the elites and the Ivy League folks think that people have too much freedom and they need to control us, because we've seen us now play out in quite heavy amounts since COVID, and even further back a lot more. So they think they know more than us, and we should shut up and listen, I guess. Here's one on who should be controlling our kids' education, the parents or the schools. Again, opposite. 45% voters say that the parents should, and of course the elites and Ivy League say no, we the elitists should be controlling that, not you. There's some other things on favorability opinion, and you can see that it just is pretty consistent. Lawyers, union leaders, journalists, members of Congress. The voters have little confidence in each in terms of favorability, and the elites think they do, because obviously they're the ones going to be running those organizations, so obviously they're going to want to be that way. A couple climate change things here is the exact opposite here. Would you be willing to pay each year in terms of taxes to control climate change? Voters 72%, $100 or less, and the rich obviously $500 or more. So there you go. Climate change, would you be opposed to restricting rationing gas, meat, and electricity? Voters say 60% oppose, and the elites are again in favor of that. So there's a complete opposite. So you kind of get an idea what the elites are going to be trying to fight for, and they're in the boardrooms and all the think tanks to make these decisions. To fight climate change, would you favor banning each of the following: gas stoves, gas-powered cars, non-essential air travel, SUVs, private air conditioning? So you can see that voters say no, elites say yes. It's amazing. It's quite significant difference as well. Of course, here's the kicker. Do you approve of the job Joe Biden is doing as president? The elites, 1% of them, the 1%ers say 84% are in favor, and the voters only 44. Of course, that's a mix of Republican and Democrats. It's quite revealing. So clearly the 1%ers are in favor of the kind of the globalist cabal, or whatever you want to call it, and Biden has got their ear. Of course, that means money, power, position, etc., etc., and the voters will be thought of as second. So what's your opinion? Is the divide in America more about economic class, or is it race, gender, and ethnicities? Kind of interesting point there. Take that online poll, follow the post link in the description box below the video. So now you know what the 1%ers are really like. Meantime, don't forget to subscribe.